Hi guys, this is Mark Shawson, the Pattern Trader. Each Monday and Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I give a live 2-day boot camp where I talk about my price action, price pattern trading methodologies. I talk about risk management. I give you a tool to make sure that you are positioning your lots correctly, assessing your lot size properly. And I actually engage in a give and take. I take a lot of questions. And then on yesterday's session, Dragon asked me a question, which is a legitimate question. It's a question I get very, very often. And he basically said, look, if you're such a hotshot millionaire, why are you doing this? So I think behind that question was really two questions. One is, are you a hotshot millionaire? And then the second is, if you are, why would you be doing it? And again, I think it's a legitimate question. If I was on the other side of my boot camp, I would be asking the same thing. And in today's world, we're foisted with so much fake news and misrepresentation that it's truly okay to be skeptical. So let me just kind of address the first question, am I a hotshot millionaire? Well, I know I'm a millionaire. I may not be a hotshot, but I'm sitting in a 5-bedroom house that is all paid for, and I have millions of dollars laying around in various stock and bank accounts. So on that, I do have the money. I'm very comfortable, and I'm not doing this for the money. So then why, would I be doing it at all? So I've been trading for more decades than I'd like to admit, and frankly, just watching money balances go up and down, is fun. It's fulfilling in and of itself. You always want to try and, beat the markets, and when you can, it's a gratifying experience. But after a while, it's a solitary experience and inevitably a fairly empty one. And I think, as human beings, I don't know about you guys, but I value personal relationships over everything. I was born in Johannesburg, South Africa at a different time and place. And it was really a unique place because it was such a small community. It was such a tight community. When I was growing up, we had no television, we had no technology, and really we basically frequently got together. Friendships were valued on a different level. Whenever I was sitting around with friends, we would, wonder, okay, who are we just going to drop in on? And we didn't make any phone calls. We just got in the car and dropped in on somebody, and that's the way it was. And that's the way I've tried to, live my life. But it doesn't seem like the world is understands that kind of communication. I live in a gated community, and very often I tell my friends here, don't even call, just walk. If you're walking in the neighborhood, just, drop by and have a beer. And literally they don't get it. So that's just the way I'm built, and, I really value personal relationships. And when I kicked off the Pattern Trader, I really didn't understand that, I was going well beyond a gated community, that I was actually inheriting an international community, of friends, and people who valued my experience and input. And when I read my review website, sometimes I'm in tears. In the way that people have expressed that I've actually changed their lives. So believe me, that to me is more meaningful than just watching money balances go up and down in my account. So ultimately, you should not decide to join the Pattern Trader just because, I'm doing well. I'm not trying to start a cult of personality here. You should only join if my strategy makes sense. If you can see that my strategy ultimately will lead you to success, to greater balances in your own account, and to getting some control over your trading. And that's really the only decision that you should make. So I'm not trying to foist anything on anybody, and ultimately you guys have to make that decision, and only you can determine if the music sounds correct. So very frequently I'll kind of listen on different television stations. Now in today's world, every TV station has its own agenda that they're trying to foist upon you. And only you can determine if the music sounds, correct, if it resonates with you, and if it makes sense. So while one broadcaster on a certain network may have a certain bias. Another one may have another opinion that resonates with you. So ultimately, just as anything in today's world, and it's probably a little bit more difficult to sort out because there's so much noise and nonsense out there, that you have to sort through what really makes sense, what resonates with you, and also, do you think you can execute whatever I'm saying going into the future? And those are really the only determinations. I'm not trying to sell you based on my own lifestyle and again, cult of personality. So if you'd like to check out my boot camp, it's free. Everybody's welcome. We have a gas. It's a very lively give and take, and I think ultimately a lot of people get a lot of value out of it. And you can read the reviews on our review website. So with that said, I hope you have a healthy and prosperous trading day, and I'll speak to you next time.